Give it up for the only guy who makes smoking look cool, Tony!
Hey, I really do smoke, it's a problem, but Marlboro Reds. If anyone wants to smoke with me after this, let me know, raise your hand. You guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Alright, good. The average American is 13% black. just think about it, you combine everyone's population, statistic-wise, we're all 13% black. And we're also non-binary, just 50-50 down the gender line. If you have a problem with that, you could go to China. I don't think, they're probably just all men. They don't like girls there. That's kind of stupid. Just look around you guys, look to your left, look to your right. That's your neighbor, and that's also your non-binary brother and sister. Sorry for making you guys look to the left and right. It feels like we're at church or something, right? I'm the priest. I don't want to be a priest. I don't feel like being religious today. I don't know, if there's anyone 12 here, I guess I'll be the priest for the night. I don't really like my jokes that much sometimes. On the topic of religion, I think it's important to mention, I actually went to a Turning Point USA event one time. It was on accident, I didn't know there were conservative people like that, but I went to one, right? They had a guest speaker, it was a North Korean defect. I was like, okay, this is pretty interesting. I showed up, thought I could learn something. And as soon as I entered the room, something was already kind of off. They had booked this smaller room in Kane Hall 110. I guess they're also conservative with their money also. But I entered this room, right, and everyone just seemed a bit off. This guy who sat next to me, he had a funny build, to say the least. How men are supposed to have a V-shape or build, broad shoulders, slim waist. This guy had an upside down V. His shoulders were 3 inches apart, and it was a Pixar mom build, but no one wants to see that in a guy. And I don't know what's wrong with this. And then we're halfway through, right? They pull the fire alarm, and then the Turning Point people, they're like, oh yeah, this happens a lot to us. So I'm like, where the fuck am I? Why the fuck are we getting so much hate? I look at what Turning Point USA is, and I just leave immediately after. Because I don't stand for what they believe in, okay? I love abortion. I love abortion. I love trans rights. And I'm pretty sure they're also racist, and that's not cool. I love all races, I love diversity, I love equity. I'm a firm believer that all lives matter. As a person who also gets discriminated against, as a member of comedy club, I get discriminated a lot. It's true, when I'm tabling sometimes at the quad, I'm trying to advertise to people, yo, come join us, twin. And they always ask us, oh, can you make me laugh? No one else asks no other club has people ask that question, okay? No one goes to an art club, they're oh, you're an art club. Paint me one of your French girls. Or they don't go, they wouldn't go to a jiu-jitsu club. They're oh, you're in jiu-jitsu, beat my ass. No one does that, okay? Comedy club is the only place where we get that. And comedy club is the only place where we have a shit ton of bisexuals. Woo! You got any bisexuals in the room?
Woo!
Yeah. No, you're fucking not. You're not bisexual. I'll explain, I'm sorry. I hate myself. Ladies. Shut up, okay? 84% of bisexuals are in a hetero relationship. And I've dated a bisexual girl before. And I have bisexual friends, that one dude who just, that guy's bisexual. And they always prefer the opposite gender, okay? And it's just what's the point then, okay? How a centaur and a mermaid have a baby? It's only the human halves that get into the baby. You just end up with a regular human baby. I imagine it's the same with a bisexual guy dating a bisexual girl. Did you accomplish anything here? What's the point? Are you happy with yourself? Did you make a point here? And to any bisexuals that are not in a non-hetero relationship, I'm sorry. I only have one thing to say to you. Shut your gay ass up. I'm not homophobic. I'm not. I have gay hobbies. Okay. I like Hamilton. Anyone like Hamilton? I've been listening to Epic lately. And like, I also read a lot. Okay, I do reading sometimes. And like, people always ask me like, "Yo, Tony, what's your top 3 books?" Since you're such a super massive reader. And I'm like, okay, this is a crazy question to ask me. You know, these 3 books define who I am. Like, okay, here you go. Number 1, the Quran. Like, why are you laughing, man? Number 1, the Quran. You know, no man is complete without God in his life. Number 2, the Torah. You gotta keep things interesting, you know. Gotta get that inner conflict in myself. And number 3, 50 Shades of Grey. I just really love that book. Thank you, that's my time.